Coming up on Murrow News 8, a new update on the Kohberger trial.
And a Pullman man convicted. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
The defense team for Brian Kohberger is attempting to eliminate DNA evidence from the trial. According to KTVB7, the defense is claiming the DNA it was retrieved from the crime scene. A DNA retrieved from the crime scene was a violation of legal privacy due to how it was retrieved. The DNA was found at the crime scene and submitted into a database that was matched to a relative of Kohberger. The state argues there was no violation of privacy due to Kohberger's relative willingly submitting DNA. Another hearing will happen on Friday. The defense will continue with the argument that Kohberger's privacy is being violated. Kohberger is being charged with 4 counts of murder.
Jacob Spray was found guilty of the murder and rape of his estranged wife yesterday. This verdict concludes the 2-week jury trial, and Spray now faces 20 to 30 years in prison. The courtroom was full of members of Jamie Wilson Spray's family, and many others in the courtroom were observed to be in tears after the verdict was read.
Early Monday morning, WSU police responded to reports of an alleged stabbing at the Orton Residence Hall. Police detained and then arrested 20-year-old Tatiana Martinez. Our reporter Will Glaspie spoke to WSU Chief and Police Gary Jenkins for more information about the incident.
Here behind me is Orton Hall, where police say a 20-year-old student was allegedly stabbed earlier Monday morning. Officers arrived on scene at around 1:18 a.m., detaining and subsequently arresting 19-year-old suspect Tatiana Martinez.
When officers arrived, they found some witnesses in Orton Hall who heard an argument where someone indicated that they had been stabbed, and located the victim, who was a 20-year-old male from Shoreline, Washington, with it appeared to be a knife wound on his left bicep. After talking with witnesses and the victim, they determined that the suspect was Tatiana Martinez, and she was located in Orton Hall. She was actually one of the persons that was initially detained when officers arrived.
Police say that the event was not random and occurred because of an argument between the two. According to Police Chief Gary Jenkins, alcohol was likely involved.
It appears that alcohol may have been a factor in the incident. Dispatch received a call from someone who overheard apparently the victim saying, "Why did you stab me?"
The wound caused by the stabbing, according to Chief Jenkins, was superficial and non-life-threatening. However, the victim did refuse medical treatment.
The victim was transported to Pullman Regional Hospital, where he refused treatment for his knife wound, which appeared to be fairly superficial. This was not a random attack. This was an incident that occurred between 2 people who were known to each other, and we do not believe that there is any ongoing threat to the campus community.
Martinez was booked into Whitman County Jail on second-degree assault charges, but has been released ahead of her arraignment at Whitman County Superior Court on Friday. I'm Will Glaspie, reporting.
Martinez was scheduled for court this morning, but the hearing was canceled. We reached out to Whitman County Courthouse, where they reported the hearing was canceled due to the prosecutor's office not providing formal charges. The charges are currently under review. We'll keep you updated on when Martinez is scheduled to appear in court.
Last night at 9:58 p.m., a 2-vehicle collision occurred on Grand and Stadium Way, blocking the roadway. Police, fire, and EMS responded to the scene. While both vehicles were towed, nobody required transportation for medical treatment.
Big changes are coming to how students log into their WSU accounts. Our reporter Ella is going to break down what's new, why it's happening, and how students feel.
I hate it. I think it's just a little overkill. I don't know, it's annoying.
Students at Washington State University are frustrated. Frustrated because every day they log into their WSU accounts using the multi-factor authentication method of their choosing. But starting March 25th, that choice is gone. WSU will no longer allow SMS messaging as an option for logging into systems like Canvas, MyWSU, and Outlook. WSU's Informational Technology Service website states that SMS and voice call methods are being removed because of the security threat they pose. SMS messages are not encrypted and therefore not secure. The student reaction to this upcoming change has been less than enthusiastic.
I think they suck. I really like to dual factor authenticate with my phone and text messages. It's just way easier. And I got locked out of the app like my freshman year because I got a new phone. So I have no idea how to get the app again.
I don't like it. Every time I sign in to Canvas or my WSU, it just becomes more of a hassle.
It hasn't affected me yet, but I do think it's pretty stupid.
WSU students who do not update their settings by March 25th will lose access to their accounts. March 25th falls 13 days before the start of fall registration, and students whose accounts are not updated by then will not be able to register for classes. WSU encourages all students to adopt the Okta Verify app as their primary security method. Students will start the same way by putting in their email and password, but instead of clicking the Send SMS button, students will instead receive a notification on their smartphone. After the app verifies their Face ID, the account will unlock.
I am here outside the Holland and Terrell Library, where the Crimson Service Desk is located on the first floor of Holland. Employees at the service desk did not want to be on camera, but they are open every Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and are prepared to help students download and use the app.
Coming up, 3 juveniles were arrested after a high-speed chase.
We'll tell you the interesting information on how they got caught after the break.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
According to Latah County Sheriff's Office, deputies, and Moscow Police Department, 3 juveniles were arrested after a high-speed chase. The pursuit began in Spokane, Washington, and ended in Moscow, Idaho. The vehicle was spotted on Highway 95 near Potlatch, going about 100 miles per hour. The vehicle was abandoned near Moscow's southern city limits. Using a drone, police were finally able to locate the suspects around 4 a.m. in a nearby shed.
Nicotine pouches like Zyn have become increasingly popular among college students, but with their rise comes growing concerns on their effects and health impacts.
Have you ever seen these before? They're Zyns, small nicotine pouches that have become increasingly popular on college campuses. But what's behind their rise, and what risks do they pose? Marketed as a smoke-free alternative and sold behind counters, Zyn appeals to students for its ease of use and discretion. However, experts say the pouches are not without risks.
Basically, from the moment I woke up in the morning, you pop one in, go about your day, have breakfast, another one, do some more work, have lunch, another one, and it was just, every few hours I just have one in.
These Zyn cans, which, if opened, hold 15 pouches of nicotine that look just like this,
promise a healthier and more discreet way to use nicotine products for just $6. Plus, they come in different flavors like the citrus one, making them more marketable and even trendy to use. With that though, concern is beginning to rise on whether or not these nicotine products are as safe as they say.
Everything in life is a series of risks that you have to take, and it's about making your own decision, but I feel personally that the risk associated with Zins is a lot lower than what you get from, example, a vape.
While students often say they use Zins to focus or manage stress, health experts caution that relying on Zins can lead to long-term health effects like damaged gums and behavioral challenges.
I've noticed that just in general, especially when I don't have one in, I'm a little more panicked. And then physically, I have noticed I had developed a few canker sores, kind of where the Zins usually sit.
As Zins continue to rise in popularity, their effects, both short-term and long-term, remain a topic of growing concern for campuses and communities alike. I'm Seth Stern, Murrow, News 8.
The University of Idaho is establishing the first energy institute in the state and the region. The institute will focus on improving energy literacy and creating a workforce able to build the world's energy future. John Coombe, U of I alumni and Idaho energy executive, has been appointed executive director of the institute. Finally, some sunshine back in the sky.
We'll give you the weather forecast and more coming up after the break.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
The UREC will be hosting a course in association with the American Red Cross on emergency preparation from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. next Sunday at the Student Recreation Center. The course will cover first aid, CPR, and automated external defibrillator use. Students who are interested can RSVP for the event on the Rec Center website.
WSU Whitman County Master Gardeners and the Community Action Center are hosting a seed swap tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Neal Public Library. If you choose to attend, you can share and discover new seed varieties, connect with the local gardening community, and explore resources from local organizations. There are no seeds required to participate. For more information, you can contact Claire McPherson at clairem@cacwhitman.org.
Now that the weather is getting cold and it's getting icy outside, our reporter Macy went out to see what precautions people need to take.
It's winter here in Pullman. And with these cold temperatures comes more responsibility. Drivers are especially vulnerable to the cold and its effects when it comes to safety on the road.
The first thing that I think is the most important, your tires.
you should have some type of traction or snow tire. A regular street tire, it's not built for traction.
All drivers should take the same precautions and measures when it comes to traveling in snow and icy conditions. Those with little to no experience should especially take note of the steps to proper winter safety. The City of Pullman has a webpage dedicated to winter safety. Tips that range from what conditions look like to state laws on using snow tires and chains. It's officially winter season, which means drivers must be extra cautious when on the road. Winter weather can lead to things like slick roads, collisions, and even getting stuck. But where's all the snow? In Pullman, February and March is when winter officially hits, but there's quite a bit of prep involved when it comes to making the roads safe for drivers. Before the snow hits, Keith Kirpus and his crew routinely cover the streets in a mixture of salt and rock. The salt for melting and the rock for traction. So what do drivers need to know? It doesn't work instantly.
It works pretty good, but it doesn't happen instant too, because it takes a little bit for that stuff to activate.
Kirpus says drivers need to take it slow once February and March hit, and recommends giving yourself plenty of time for travel.
We just drive, but when you have conditions like that, you really got to be conscientious, slowing down, giving yourself more time.
With Murrow News 8, I'm Macy Harden.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've been freezing every time I step outside. How's the weather going forward, Maddie?
Thank you, Seth, for that intro. It's pretty chilly this morning. It was freezing. I don't know about you guys, but I literally almost slipped down getting off my deck this morning. As you can see, we have a high of 38 degrees and a low of 18, a little bit of wind coming later. I would definitely recommend getting some gloves because when I was carrying my coffee this morning, it was pretty chilly with my hands. And getting in my car to get that coffee was even worse. I had to wait for my car to unfreeze for about 10 minutes. You can expect a sunset of about 4:42 p.m. tonight, and it's going to be pretty sunny today and pretty sunny all week and weekend, and it's going to be, you can expect some sun and chilly weather coming up for the rest of the week. As we look at our state map here, Olympia over here, we got a high of 44 and a low of 28. And then Seattle, we're looking at a high of 44, which is pretty good, and a low of 30. And then you get into Yakima, it's a little bit more chilly with a low of 20. And then as you see, like the Tri-Cities, not too bad, a low of 23, a high of 41. And then looking at Spokane, you can see we have really low of 15 degrees, and Pullman also a really low of 18. And then as our week forecast, Saturday you can expect 33 as a high, and then it gets a little bit warmer Sunday, and then drops and then continues to be warm on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it's also the same. It's pretty warm, 36, and then some pretty low lows throughout the week. But as you can expect some nice sunny and really bright snow, and then yeah, just recommend getting some gloves on, honestly. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely gonna get some gloves.
I am too. It is freezing, especially walking to class. I almost died this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know about your guys' walk to class, but I don't have too many hills, but I can thank Wazoo for having our heated sidewalks, so at least that's one thing we can look forward to.
They have heated sidewalks?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
See, I walk up these street.
either.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, both men's and women's basketball went at it last night.
More WSU sports and previews coming up after the break.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
WSU track and field is heading over to University of Idaho today for the Laura McCleskey Memorial Open. Events will be happening today and tomorrow, and the Cougs are looking to continue their success from last weekend after taking home 5 first-place finishes and 11 podium finishes at the Spokane Sports Showcase. WSU women's basketball had a home game last night against Portland. Sadly, the Cougs fell short 65-83 in a big WCC matchup. Our producer, Emmett Bryz-Gornia, went to the game and covered it for us.
If Oscar here was a WSU fan, he would have loved tonight's game because the Cougs played like garbage. From the fouls to the missed shots. The Cougs did not look like they were ranked second in the WCC last night.
We had back-to-back fouls. This is my second game I've fouled out of, so LA had 4 fouls. You can't really play a game with that many fouls, so I think that's a big factor, but that's another, you can't really use that as an excuse. So
we just got to respond the right way to a bad loss and to getting beaten at home and not playing very well and not guarding very well and not doing very many things very well.
The Cougar bench did step up last night, accounting for almost half of the team's total points, but if I was required to choose who had the best performance, I'm going with number 40, Alandra, who won her competition with this shot in the third quarter break. As much as Coach Cami Etheridge might need an Alandra right about now, I can confirm that the young star will not be traveling with the team as they head down to Los Angeles to face LMU this Saturday. Reporting from Pullman, I'm Emmett Bryz-Gornia, Murrow, News 8.
The girls' next home game is tomorrow away at LMU. The men's team also played last night on the road to Santa Clara, the final score being WSU 65 and the Broncos 93. The game was somewhat close with 8 minutes left in the game. Then WSU fell into a shooting slump, scoring 5 points for the remainder of the game. On the bright side, Lawan Watts dropped a triple-double, scoring 20 points with 11 rebounds and 10 assists. Their next game is tomorrow night versus St. Mary's in Beasley Coliseum at 5 o'clock. The 4-0 WSU tennis team is headed to Lincoln, Nebraska for matchups against Wichita State and Nebraska at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. The Cougs start their weekend playing Wichita State on Saturday at 11 a.m., then face Nebraska on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. The Raiders hired Pete Carroll as their new head coach this morning. The 74-year-old's contract is for 3 years with a 4th-year team option. Carroll was the longtime Seahawks coach from 2010 to 2023, leading them to multiple NFC West championships in their first and only Super Bowl title. The Harlem Globetrotters basketball team will be coming to WSU as part of their upcoming World Tour this year. The Globetrotters will be playing against their rivals, the Washington Generals, at 7 p.m. on February 4th at Beasley Coliseum. The Globetrotters last came to Pullman in January 2023. This weekend, everything is on the line in the NFL. On Sunday at 12, the Philadelphia Eagles will host the Washington Commanders in the NFC Championship. Over in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs face the Buffalo Bills, renewing their playoff rivalry. The winners will advance to Super Bowl 59. Our reporter, Cooper, headed up to campus to see how students are feeling about the matchups.
I want Bills and Commanders, and then I'll take the Bills for the first championship.
I think everyone's kind of against the Chiefs. I am too. I could also see them winning it, but I obviously don't want them to. So I got Bills by Billy.
I think the Bills are going to win it all, but I have Jaden Daniels fever. You know, I want the Commanders. I'm bought in.
The Chiefs just bring so much media into football and so much external factors. I feel like I just want to sit down and enjoy the game and you know, watch football rather than watch a drama fest. So.
Well, I want the Chiefs to lose, but they're not going to because the Chiefs, the refs on their side and stuff. So.
Big weekend of sports coming up for both locally and regionally. What are you guys going to be tuned into those this weekend?
Of course, definitely tuning into the WSU game this Saturday, but I'll also be watching the NFC and AFC championship games.
All right, coming up, if you know someone who's having a bad day, today might just be the day to lift them up.
We'll tell you why after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Today is National Compliment Day. It's a day to recognize people's hard work and to spread kindness and joy by giving and receiving compliments. Whether we recognize someone's achievement or their style, a compliment can go a long way. Make sure to give out an extra compliment today or anytime one is deserved.
Well, have you guys given out your National Compliment Day compliment yet, or?
I have not, but I will say you have a very nice tie.
Well, thank you. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think all you guys look great. So I think
Thank
we all
you very
look
much.
great, too.
I know. Yeah, the little.
Thank you so much. Props to my mother.
Oh, there you go. Little last minute addition I noticed in the wardrobe we were changing, and I was like,
yeah, you saw.
Yeah, you're like, should I pull it up? Looks great, dude. It's a great color.
I appreciate that.
So what do you guys got any fun plans this weekend besides tending sports?
No, probably that, just that, but also, let's not forget, it's National Beer Can Day,
My
too.
favorite day of the year.
It is.
So, with that being said, what is your guys' favorite beers?
I like a Blue Moon with double orange, though. Has to have 2 oranges on it.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, not a big beer drinker, but.
Yeah.
I was a big Bush Apple fan, but then they discontinued those.
You know, they had, I don't know if you saw, but they brought to Pullman, they brought the Bush Peaches, too.
I
you
did
try
see
those
that,
ever?
but they're not as good.
They're not as good?
No.
The Bush Apples are just superior?
They are.
The can design did look pretty cool, too.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I would have to say I am a big fan of just Coors Light. It's classic. Really like Bodhi's Offas. Johnny Utah's right there, too.
My parents like the Bodhi's, yeah.
Very good.
Bodhi's Office is probably my favorite IPA.
Yeah,
Little
same.
orange can.
We named our dog after that, actually.
Awesome.
That's cute.
Well, thanks for watching Murrow News 8. For more updates, visit our website.